onside kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points. On the board.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is McCaffrey. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Panthers. 57 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's no quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from early.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and the Panthers add on to their lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind him.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. He's at the 30. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll give it to him up the middle. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Ryan stepping up, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan, a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons draw a bit closer. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Here's Bosher to kick it away. So that... one will be accepted. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun. Newton. He may try and run for this. Good coverage downfield led to him. Taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Let's rock now. Right to the 3.
From the 50, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Newton now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. K1 Short, able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 63 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now Ryan on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Play action. Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. McCaffrey on the toss right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on fourth down. Let's see what's in store here. They snap it to Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Ron Rivera didn't get the nickname Riverboat Ron for nothing. His guys are going to go for 2 here. To throw is Newton. Dancing to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Julius Peppers in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, it's Ryan. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for Carolina. 58 yards. From the red zone now, Newton. Buying time to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Mario Addison getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. He got 29 yards that time.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Luke Kuechly in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete. Boy, look.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. Promise I don't give a about them. Let them out to anywhere. Tell them you don't need nothing. Yup, like and the can't go enter. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember. Well, in and out of air lane, never been a part of the in crowd. I live that they rapping back, caring them about what they capping back. Ain't roll mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of them, better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. I formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. What's up?
We to the man, Atlanta hat caught to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't. Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gon' lie. I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Tryna put 6 wheels on the Range Rover. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top, tell them move over. Modern day Tupac in a new Hova. You know that now come with us and down. We dodge it, steady ducking clown. We chasing meals so we can put that down. Top, but we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real boy veteran. Boy academy. Still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet, you got the wrong idea. Get left out there, tell them so what? I kept trap music all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you act stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music all black. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
Damn shit like, know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. Yeah. You either with me or against me, though. You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Yeah. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't. Win, 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 win. Start chasing that. Win, 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 win. Yeah. Big J Rock go. On 10, 10, 10, 10. Exit at 4. Bring friends. Matt Black 2 dough. Jump in. You might wanna keep score. I win. Forearm tattoos. That's squad. All of them go.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On play action. Now Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This is Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
54, 20.
On third down, it's Coleman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
Hey, let's go. 22. Let's go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Let's go.
They'll run it with Coleman. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. A big seam, and he might go all the way. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 66 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from the 20. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action with Ryan. Out to his left. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
20.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And that's going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Let's go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
22.
Again, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like an I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute net into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on third down, Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Grady Jarrett, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. They do go for it. It's Manning. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Coleman now. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
A toss out to Barkley. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing now is Manning. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. A handoff to Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's a give to Barkley, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Manning now to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. But they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. The first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Ryan will throw again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Manning to throw on second down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley, and a short gain here down to the 22. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second down, here's Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. To throw is Manning. The quick hitter complete. It's Shepard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 33 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And his kick is good. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Spins past it. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here's the Giants offense now, getting set to start the 3rd quarter. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 39 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Manning to throw on second down. And his pass incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Again, it's Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
It's a sneak, Manning. A sneak good for 2, but it's still going to set up a 3rd down.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
The sneak doesn't quite get him there. He gets 2. Now it's 4th and a yard. And Manning keeps it himself. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Eli Manning scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Giants are in for 6. So now Eli and the Giants will line up and go for 2. Now this time Manning will throw. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. Rosas now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Gun!
Now Ryan on second down. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On third down, it's Coleman. They find some open field here. 30, 20, touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 68 yards, and the Falcons are in for 6. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Manning now on first down. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Manning now on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first down, Manning. Being chased at, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Manning throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Manning now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Manning. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told him they have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Jonathan Stewart. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Manning to throw, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Takk McKinley in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And Rosas puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a sneak, Manning. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. He's back to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. This is Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun
me avoid the system. Hoping I ain't lose religion, text and prayers. Hope the message sending on. Know I've been blessed. I've been seeing prophets, busted yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body. Safe to say the man got me on. Can you hear me? Hear me now? Can you hear me? power steering, cruising to a better vision, yup. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could have had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now?
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. That's and goes. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Get up!
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're good. Gonna need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Ryan. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Don't take forever, okay?
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Carson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And now running right through it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. K.J. Wright coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it with Carson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Wilson on the keeper, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been...
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there, taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short.
Wow, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
This is Coleman. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Coleman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And now Ryan not happy about either their formation or the play call. Whatever the case, he's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Frank Clark able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey. You got 3. You got 14. Find it.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Carson. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complimentary?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. K.J. Wright in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Tuesday.
To throw is Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable for Lockett. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. This is Carson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. Now Wilson on third down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 54 yards on the ground. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7.
Hey, let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's got it up and through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Let's go get another one. Let's go get another one. Come on.
Now Wilson on second down. And the tight end Dixon left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good play time, guys. Let's go. 12. 15.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Finding room inside the 40. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now Wilson on first down. And Dixon has it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Janikowski bangs it through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 44 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They will run again with Coleman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd down. Here's Ryan to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, Tuesday. 21. Gun. Gotta go.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Let's go.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Coleman now. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They go read option with Wilson. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it. And the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
Here's Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it,
under pressure, and they got to him again. Jaron Reed in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. Down. his own 7. Frank Clark in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Ryan. And now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll toss it out to Carson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.